start from the bottom as usual. Go to the bottom. Let's close the top first, so I will have some space here. Go to the bottom close. So start with the bottom. What I did there was noise. That's what they call noise. It's an effect.
Okay.
Makes it look like something is really going on with the cloth, because clothes are not perfect. You see this
Yes.
jaggedness, so it's noise. I did noise there, so select that one. Go to the filter. Go to the noise. Add noise. I already have a shortcut because I will not use it. I will not come to menu again. I may not even come safe. I may not even use the shortcut. Just show you even the most shortest way to do it. So you see the noise now.
Yes.
That's added noise on that cloth, but that's not all. This is just one effect. So let's take the effect one at a time. So we have added noise, and the amount of noise that is here, for me, it's okay. If you like, you can adjust, but your noise must always be in these settings: Gaussian and monochromatic. If you don't use monochromatic, there's a way it looks like. If you use uniform too, there's a way it looks like. So try to know what works for you. Okay, if you want to use all that. So I use monochromatic. Let me just reduce the noise a bit. I think I like it when it was calm. You can always come back to adjust. This is one beautiful thing about smart objects. You can come back to adjust. The effect to be there. You can see it there.
Okay.
To be there waiting for you. So if you click down, you see add noise. If you double click, you can adjust if you think it's too much. Okay? Alright. For the ones that are more visible, like this is something about when you're working with realistic things like this, you must have your mind like a 3D thing. The ones that are closer can have a different effect from the ones that are behind. Okay? Yeah, so just have that. We have a topic that is called depth of field. When we get there, I will explain some things to you. So this one on top, I can just copy. Okay, let me finish with the ones at the bottom. So this is another one that is at the bottom, and which is already here. That's the one I selected here. You just hold down Alt and drag the add noise and go and drop it there. Automatically it has added it, and you see it there. So I don't need to
Do anything
again. It has added. So I open the top ones, the top close, because I want to actually do the same thing too. I want to copy the add noise. So I hold down Alt and drop at the first, the cloth 2. Let me select cloth 2. That's cloth 2. That's added. Okay. Now, except if you feel that the noise is too much, you can go in individually and adjust. Okay. But let's just make this class faster so that the video does not get too. Hey, I did not hold down Alt, and when you don't hold down Alt, you will carry the noise away.
Okay.
So it's good you hold down Alt. So I hold down Alt, I drop, I hold down Alt. I'm just fetching and dropping on all of them, and when you know the ones you drop, it's also the ones that have so see that. So I've added noise to all of them, and now they are looking really noisy. Or does that make it look like my own? No, not yet. Now this is a topic that definitely you will not escape in this class. We'll call it dodging and burning. Dodging and burning. Dodging and burning is something you do to most flat surfaces. Like this surface is flat, to make it come out like it is not even a flat surface again. Okay, every cloth has it. If you look at this, your cloth, just keep your hand the way it is. Now look at, can you see your cloth here?
Yes.
You see some shades and shine.
Yes.
Shades, shine. That's exactly what we want to do now. That's exactly what you were thinking that this cloth is, when truly, it's just shades and shine.
Okay.
Are you getting it now? That's just the thing about it. So for it, we have an adjustment layer called curves that does it well.
Okay.
It's not like on its own, once you just apply it, no. You will paint tire. You go now here we really do the painting of where we want to shine and where we don't want it to shine. Okay. So but before I go for that, I think it's even better we create shadows.
Okay.
You get, we first of all create shadows. Shadows is one thing. As I'm doing dodging and burning, I like to touch the shadow because I don't want to be coming back and do shadows separately again. Okay. So we're doing shadows as we are doing dodging and burning. So to do the shadow, you know now this is bottom cloth.
Okay.
You see it, I off it and on it. So definitely you should have the shadow. You understand? Separately. So what I used to do is that artificial shadow that that I taught you, the second one. That's one I do because I want to control.
Okay.
Remember when I told you that one gives you control?
Yes.
So I'll duplicate this layer of bottom cloth, Ctrl J, and maybe that one that says copy, rename it to bottom cloth shadow. Okay, there's no need if you scrap that letter. Shadow. Well, shadow cannot be on top, shadow has to be down. So I take the layer down. So I bring it down. So now, because I want it to be a shadow, it also has to drop here. Bringing it down on the layer does not bring it out.
Yes.
So it has to drop here. So, but first of all, what I like to do to all these shadows is to convert that particular one I call shadow to smart object.
Okay.
It becomes an object on its own. You will not notice if it is there or not because one is covering it, one is above it.
Okay.
But if I bring it down with the arrow key down, you are noticing something coming down.
Yes.
But that is not shadow.
Yes.
So what we'll do is we have to make it look like shadow by using the levels adjustment layer. Okay? If you use the levels adjustment layer to create a layer, that if you go from here to create a layer, and you will have to click mask and all that. But I don't like doing that because it's just shadow. Rather, I use a shortcut. There's a shortcut from adjustment layer, Ctrl L. This is it. That one we will not put layer, but it will create that same filter thing and add itself. So this is where I now, because levels is all about black and white, not really all about black and white, but you see the black, this is a white point, this is a black point. You have to take the white point down. And you're noticing black, Abby?
Yes.
Take it down. Trying to tell it don't be white again or any color. And just be black purely. So it's black now. But it's too sharp. So we already know the two. The filter we're going to use is blur. Gaussian blur. Then it will truly look like a shadow, but it's too much. So let me leave it somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. But if you take it too much, even the shadow will come out from the top here.
Okay.
And that's not realistic enough. So then we'll reduce the opacity. Okay? Just reduce the opacity to, let me try 10. 10 is too mild. Let me take 30. Okay, somewhere around that 30. I still feel I have to reduce that Gaussian blur again. It's too blurry. Let me take it down. I'm just using my mouse wheel to scroll. Somewhere around there. I want to be shadow lord. Okay, so reduce the opacity again to, let's say, 20. 25. I might still come back to touch it again because I like to have control over the shadow. Okay, so that shadow is just for the bottom. That thing I did with the bottom clothes folder, I'll also do it to the top.
Okay.
So duplicate, Ctrl J. That one that is copy, I change it to shadow. Take it down, the layer, and convert it to smart object. Add the levels adjustment layer. Take it down to black point. Click OK. You're already seeing it as it's coming out smoothly. Bring it down. Add the Gaussian blur. Very shortcut for it. Ready for it. Where are you now? Gaussian blur, not really sure. Sometimes computer always misbehave. Okay, like I press something. Did I? I didn't do. Why did it disappear? Why did it disappear now? Well, let me undo first. Okay. I press Alt G, I click masked.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for it. So, okay, this is okay. I'll control the opacity, let's say 5, 4, 45. See where I'm seeing it? 45%. So it's okay like that. So my shadows are ready now. Now let's go back to that dodging and blending.